Alright, hello guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Invest 92L in the Atlantic, and be like the more tropical Atlantic almost, near Bermuda. The good news is for Bermuda, it's looking like this thing, if it does form, will go more to the east of it. It'll kind of go more, more to the west, east of it. Gosh, I almost said west of it. It'll go to the east of it, so it won't really get too much of impact on Bermuda. So here is the 5-day graphical weather tropical outlook issued by the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. As you can see, it's a 50% of chance of developing in the next 5 days. It's basically a broad area of low pressure appears to be developing off the central Atlantic Ocean, several hundred miles southeast of Bermuda. This disturbance is producing a large area of showers and thunderstorms and gusty winds. Additional development on the system is possible, and a subtropical depression could form tonight or on Saturdays and moves generally northward. Development is not expected after that time due to unfavorable environmental conditions. The next special tropical weather outlook will be issued 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today or earlier if necessary. So that's the rundown of it and what's going on here. Now I want to go ahead and show you. First off, I'm going to go to the GFS model run. Now the GFS model, as we can see here, basically, alright, let me point something out. So what we're going to see here is the severe weather that's currently ongoing for much of the eastern U.S. will eventually start pushing this way towards the Atlantic and will basically form a line right here that'll push this thing, absorb it around right there, and take it all the way up into the Atlantic, into the northern regions. And you'll see that happen right now. So what you can see here, okay, hold on. What you'll see here is that forms around okay, so late Saturday, early morning, or late night, Friday into Saturday. That's when this thing could become a low pressure system. Then it dies out, and as you can see here with that rain coming off the east coast, forming a line that's basically just gonna push this thing off. So by around Tuesday next, Tuesday next week, it should be dissipated, and you can see this all play out right here. Basically, that line comes and absorbs it and takes it into the northern regions, into Canada. Now the Canadian model run, CMC, this kind of shows around the same thing. So you can see this one's basically already showing it being a low pressure system. Low pressure gets to 1013, and there we go with the same thing that happens. The low pressure system goes no more. Get that line to sweep across here, gets absorbed to go up there. That's basically what happens again with this. There we go, and into the Atlantic into Canada it goes. So that's what the Canadian model run has to say. Now here's the vorticity shown. You have a little bit of that spin there, but then you can also see it on here as well. That line develops and sweeps it away, but we did get a little bit of a spin there. You can see that spin very clearly before it eventually dies out, as you can see. So yeah, now with the IR loop of 92L, here it is, everyone. So you can see what I want to point out is more on the southeast section of it. We have very convective, we have a lot of convection in it. It's very disorganized, but we do have some convection into the northern regions, northern sectors of it, and some convection trying to pop up in the southwest area of it. And you can see here that, it's having a pretty difficult time, but we do get some more of that to pop up as we go on really quick. And you can see here, you get more of that convection start popping up. This area becomes a little bit more defined. We get a little bit more convection in that little tip of the northern sector, and then you can see here, then it kind of starts to explode in that middle, but it's very disorganized, and really I'm not sure if it'll develop into a tropical system, possibly subtropical. I'm not sure, but we're gonna keep an eye out on it for it. Now I want to show you the model. So this is, I do believe, the Canadian model, which has a little bit of few things. So it takes it to, you know, a little bit, you know, kind of close to Bermuda, a few thousand miles maybe. I'm just kidding, probably not a few thousand, I'm not sure. But then it kind of does this little weird little bend before it's taken up, and that's what I mean, because you remember what happened, that wave of water starts swinging across there. That wave of water, yes, a tsunami just takes it away. Gosh. That wave of moisture sweeps it away. That's much better than the wave of water. Gosh. Now, with the GFS model run, this shows it a little bit better, because the Canadian model did a little bit of that weird stuff, like, what are you doing there? What? So, yeah. This one keeps it a little bit more confined, keeps it the way it should be. Boom, boom, has that weird arch again, and then goes into Canada. Is that Quebec? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not going to offend my Canadian viewers. But yeah, so it does take it all the way into Canada before it dies out. Now, this is just the shear forecast, and as you can see, so where Bermuda is around this area right here, and where this thing is developing around this area, there's a pretty good amount of shear there, around 50 to some areas 70 miles per hour of shear in that area. But as it gets more up this way, we're going to have less shear, but by that time, it'll be ripped apart by that 70 and 50 mile per hour wind shear that we're getting. Now, oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, now to the 48-hour forecast for wind shear, we can see here, we do get less shear popping up. Now it's just around 50 for a general area, but we get that filling over here of more shear starting to pop up. And then with the 72-hour wind shear, we can see here, another thing I want to point out, you can see also this kind of punch into the Atlantic. So here's this area right here chilling over the Midwest. And then in the next slide, you can see we got more of that punch coming in. It's like a fist almost. And in that 72-hour time frame, there you go. By that 48 and then that 72-hour time frame, we have a fist of glory punching in to the Atlantic. And we also have a wave down here of shear that's punching in here as well, and that's what's really going to throw this thing off and get it disorganized around that area. Alright, so I do believe that, hold on. Now I do want to go ahead and take you guys to windy.com, because I do want to see the sea temperature. There we go. So sea temperature in this region, so where this thing is forming, we have, around 77 degrees, and as it moves this way, 70s, and finally when it gets up to here, we got like 50s. So really not favorable conditions for this thing to develop, even though there's little shear in this area where it is developing and where it moves. It doesn't have good warm waters to fuel it. Like over here near the Gulf's current, the Gulf Ocean current, we have, 80s, 82 high 80s. In the Gulf, we also have, in this area right here off Mexico, we have around almost 87 degrees. So, but this area is just very, we don't have a lot of good heat in the water to fuel the instability for this thing. So that's going to really hinder its ability to develop. Alright, so that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. So thank you guys for watching. I guess I'll see you today, honestly, with the new Fun Friday video. So I'll see you guys there. Have fun. Stay safe. I love you all. Goodbye.